for today too. I'm gonna start in a hero's pose type shape, but if you'd rather do cross-legged, I'll tell you halfway through, or in a different position, I'll tell you halfway through if you wanna switch it. So just letting yourself sit tall. And we're gonna do a brief pranayama, breathing practice first. You can actually do alternate nostril breathing, but I'm gonna do it by opening and closing the hands just because I'm a little bit congested, and for anyone else it's just simple, and I also won't be blocking my face while I'm talking to you. So just let your hands rest on your lap, palms facing up. And then here, I'm going to do what I'm saying rather than the opposite, just for the sake of calming myself down too. So close up your right hand, and then just take a nice big inhale and just envision that it's coming up and through the left side of your body. And then at the top of the breath, close your left hand, hold the breath for a moment. And then when you exhale, open up the right hand and just release. And then inhale up through the right. At the top of the breath, hold. And then just exhale out through the left. One more time, inhaling through left. Hold at the top. Exhale right. Hold at the bottom too if you're comfortable. One more time in the right. Hold. And then exhale left. And then you can just take a moment, either keeping your palms facing up if you're trying to bring some more energy in, palms facing down if you're trying to calm things down or ground things down, and just take a couple more breaths. This is a smooth, steady pace. Think summer retreat, which is just even breath. You can count, and if counting's distracting, just let yourself try to feel balanced. And then while you're doing so, just let your chin drop in towards your chest. And then just let your right ear just drop in towards your right shoulder. And then you can roll through the center and then over to the left. I should be back in my yoga room by Monday. Tank actually wanted to go down the stairs today, but we're just introducing him back to the front and back door stairs, which are only like 3 or 4 stairs. I don't want to go full tilt right away. One more time, letting your head roll over towards the left. And then just let your head kind of roll into the center. Pause for a moment. Hollow out your belly like you're doing cat's breath. And then just sit up really, really tall, lift the heart. And if it's comfortable, you can let your head drop back, open your throat. And then let yourself round the spine again. You can even press your arms forward if that feels like it's appropriate. And then draw yourself up tall. And then one more time, just letting yourself open up through the back body. And then let yourself kind of pause in more of a neutral spine. And then if you're in a cross-legged seat, just reverse the cross of your legs, or if you want to change the position of your legs at all. Let your right hand come on down, sweep the left arm up and over, just getting nice and long through your left side waist. You can roll your chest up a little bit, roll your chest down a bit if it feels good. Give yourself a couple more breaths. And if there's any other movement that feels like it wants to happen, like maybe you want to circle the arm around, letting yourself have a little freedom just to explore as you're in the movement. And I'll do that several times in different positions, just giving you the options to kind of make up your own thing too. And then let the left arm just kind of drop down and let your right ear sink into your right shoulder a little bit deeper for a moment. And then you can push off with your right hand, let your body come more upright. Use your hand to help the head back up to the center. And then just bring your left hand down. Keep sitting down on the right side of your sits bones too. And then reach up and over. As you might see behind me, my puggle, Tanky Tank, has decided he's going to park it on my mat again today. So I may have some strategic positioning working my way around him. And then again, just taking a couple of rounds of breath. And then if you feel the urge to do something different with your arm. So if you're getting tired of seeing my face teaching, tomorrow it will be Dee. She'll be on at 8:30. I know Meg was on last night for restorative. And all these classes stay on the page, so you can always check them out later. So do another breath, and then let your right hand drop down. Let your left ear sink in towards your left shoulder. And then just when it feels right, you can push off with your left hand. Use your hand to help bring your head back up towards the center. And then let your hands come towards your legs, round the spine. And then sit up really tall, shoulders draw back and down. And then coil up and back. And then lift your heart high. And one more time, and if it feels okay, you might even press the arms away unless that feels too unsupported. And then just let yourself come towards neutral. And then here, just come on into a forward fold for a moment. So just letting yourself unwind, kind of a soft forward fold. So you can have your arms kind of farther away from you if you wish. Bend one knee and then the other. And if for any reason, like if hanging upside down doesn't feel good in your body, just come more upright. And then just let your left hand stay down as your left knee bends. Open the right arm up to the sky. And then just let your right hand come on down. Soften the right knee. Left arm can come on up. And then just take a moment just to pause. Hook your toes if that's comfortable. And you can bend your knees as much as you need to be able to reach them. Pull your heart forward. And then just bend the elbows and exhale, let yourself fold it. One more time, inhale, and don't worry about locking your knees. Let yourself have a little bit of a soft bend right now, and then sink in. This time, slide the hands up towards your hips, come all the way up to stand, and then just take a moment, draw the arms up high, kind of hook your thumbs, lean up and over to one side, just opening through your side waist, and then do the same thing on the other. Try to reverse the hook of your thumbs. And then just let yourself ease back into the heart center. And then just take a moment to pause. So as we flow this morning, we'll move around the mat a little bit, not necessarily fast, but we'll move. But just know that you can really take it at any pace you wish. So give yourself that freedom. So just step in with your feet, probably hips distance or so. Left hand to left hip, let the right arm just sweep all the way up and over. Then let the right arm come on down, let the left arm sweep all the way up and over. And then here, just bring both hands to the low back. Palms can face up or down. And just take an inhale, lift the heart. Not a huge back bend, just starting to open it up. And then just simply exhale, let yourself just bow forward. Inhale, letting yourself come up towards a halfway lift. Can you give me a little bit of room? Your right smack in the middle of the mat. No, okay, that's fine. So here, step your right leg back towards a lunge. And then lower the right knee down. Let your left hand come to the left hip, sweep the right arm up and over. And then let the right hand come to your right hip, let the left arm sweep up and over. And then here, bring your hands to your low back, and then just lift your chest up to the sky. And only look up if that feels safe in your neck. Then as you exhale, just let yourself kind of bow down over your leg for a moment. And then you're going to pull back and lengthen your left leg. So coming like you're coming to a half split. And then just sink back into the lunge. And then pull back. Tank's been a little extra clingy the last couple of days. And that's okay. I don't mind. I kind of need the attention, or need the love, let's say it that way. And then pull back. And then let your left leg just go long. And you can take a moment, kind of let your body sway to one side. Come back through. And then let yourself sink into the knee. And then let your left hand come to your left thigh, just pressing the thigh open. Apparently he's not moving, I'm sitting on him. Give it another breath. And then here, just ground your hands. Slide your left leg back to meet the right leg, so you're basically just in hands and knees. And then coil up. Had enough of that? Alright, well that's fair. And then drop your belly long. Coiling up. And then drop your belly. And then this time as you coil up, good boy, you can let your hands walk out in front of you, coming into puppy pose. And if puppy pose is a lot on your shoulders, you're more than welcome to shift back towards child's pose. And then coil up through your belly, just slide forward, down towards your stomach. And then my hips are actually on the ground, so I'm not an up dog. I'm a little bit higher than regular cobra. But let yourself just kind of bend one knee, look over the opposite shoulder, release the leg, switch sides, let your neck shift. And then just take a pause, come all the way down. I'm curling my toes under because my feet cramped up a little bit, but it might feel good on your feet or on your toes to stretch them. And let your head come to the mat, a little sway of the hips. And then here, before we come up into the lunge on the other side, just gonna do a little shoulder opening. Take your right arm out, flip the palm to the sky, press into your left hand and bend the left knee. And then just let your left foot kind of roll to the floor behind you. And just depending on how open this actually feels in your body, you could bend both knees if you want to. You can clasp the hands. Just think of it, the more that your chest is facing the ceiling, the deeper the stretch. And then just nice and easy, Roll back down towards your belly. Take the same right arm and extend it forward. Take your left arm underneath and just bend your right knee out to the side. I'll give you a second to catch up. And then just roll everything open. So you just end up in a twist with your right knee dropping over towards the left. Then keeping the left arm where it is for a moment, just ease your way down to your belly and just kind of lay over your left arm. Now that might be a deep enough stretch for you. If you want a deeper stretch, cross the right arm in front of the left, and then you can even let your head drop down. Sometimes this feels like it's kind of sticking into your throat, so if that's the case, you might want to keep your head lifted, or don't have both arms, just do one. Then just nice and easy, you can unwind the right arm in front of you, take the left arm out in line with your shoulder, flip the palm up, then press into your right hand, roll the right toes to the floor behind you. Maybe you want to bend both knees and place both feet on the floor. I don't have as much mobility on this side. And then just come back down towards your belly. Take your left arm forward and then thread the right arm underneath. And then again, you're just using the weight of your body to stretch your right shoulder. Then you can bend that left knee out to the side and just roll yourself open. So you just end up in a twist. And then just nice and easy, slide back down to your belly. Now you can either stay here or crisscross your left arm in front of the right. And again, you can be with your head dropping down. Sometimes I do this in child's pose too, because you can lift your hips and kind of put more weight into it. And then when you feel ready, just slide the left arm out, slide the right arm out, and then here, give yourself a moment just to press down into the hands again, and then come into Cobra, but with your forearms down. And think about really trying to stretch your chest forward, pressing into the top of the feet, so making your legs strong too. And then just nice and easy, exhale, slide down, hands under the shoulders. You can reverse the push-up if you wish, or just go up and back, and then eventually downward facing dog. And then here, just take an inhale, let the right leg reach up towards the sky. Step the right foot forward, just coming into your knee down lunge. So lowering the left knee down, and then just draw yourself up. And then right hand to right hip, let the left arm sweep up and over. And I like to move in and out of the lunge as I'm switching around here, but you can stay still if you want to. Right arm reaches. Then hands to your low back, lift the heart, try to sink the hips. And then when you're ready, just let your hands come on down towards the blocks or towards the floor and pull back, just lengthening your right leg. And we're just going to shift back and forth a couple times. So bend into the knee, draw back, sink back in. One more time, pull back, and then just pause for a moment with the leg long. You can walk your hands off to the side if you wish. Give yourself a little bit of a deeper stretch. And then come back in towards the center, and then bend into the right knee for a moment, and just give yourself a little drop with the knee out to the side, opening up the hip a bit more. And then all we're going to do from here is step forward. So ground your hands, press into left foot, and then just let your left foot come up to meet the right foot. Come all the way up to stand, and then exhale, hands come on into the heart. So continuing on the stepping back pattern, but I'm going to turn to face you for this part. Bend the knees, draw the arms up. Now press your hands down, just float the right knee. Doesn't matter how high. And then sink in. Press down, take the left knee up. Sink in. This time when you take the right leg up, cross it up and over, coming into a standing figure four, or if tree is a better choice, tree is perfect. You can keep your hands high or low. I like to sink a little bit further to the floor, but think about trying to draw your heart forward. The longer you keep your spine here, the deeper you'll get the stretch in your hip and not so much in your back. Now we'll do more with this the next time around, but for the moment, come on up, draw the right knee up as you're ready, and then lower it down. Now from here, bend the knees, draw the left leg up, cross the left knee over the right thigh, and then sink in. And again, you can have your upper body high or low. I find it is helpful if your upper body is either connected to the leg or to the floor from a balance perspective. And then think tailbone back, heart forward. Try to keep the foot flexed on the left leg so that way it's protecting your knee. Give another breath here. Now from here, as you come on up, pull the left knee up and into your belly, and then just step it back towards the lunge. Now, like we did before, right hand to right hip, left arm up and over, but then this time, start to initiate the beginning of a twist. And you could have the back knee lifted if you wanted to. We're going to do that eventually, but you can do it sooner if you care to. Then here, draw open. Try not to move your hips. Just open up, left arm back, right arm forward. And then inhale, come on into the center. Exhale, let your hands come on down. Pull back and lengthen the right leg. And now here, if it's okay for you, sit back towards your left heel. I put a block under my hips so then that way my hips weren't super uneven. Now depending on how tight your hamstrings are, if you can comfortably fold over your leg a bit deeper, go right ahead or stay up high. And this can still be half split if that's just a better choice for your hamstrings or for your left knee. Now here, as we shift forward, we're going to shift into the shape of half pigeon. So now I know it's just the beginning of class, so if you feel like you get too sleepy here, maybe letting yourself come into, the lizard shape again, or if you'd rather come onto your back and cross the right ankle over your left thigh. And then just give yourself a pause, just to sink in. Letting your head just kind of hang heavy. Just a couple breaths here. We'll hold this shape longer later. Now when you're ready to unwind, just start to walk your hands up. If you need a down dog moment, you're welcome to take it, or just slide the right shin back to meet the left shin. And then take a moment, cat and cow. Just round the spine, and then drop the belly. Now this time round the spine, and when you drop the belly, walk your arms forward. Oh, there goes the bubble. Coming into puppy pose, letting yourself sink in. Now here, roll forward, come all the way down towards your belly. Now, you can slide the hands, so they might get a little bit wider, and you might even be up on your fingertips. And just let yourself kind of roll up, and then roll down. And just letting yourself have some space to move, letting yourself move the shoulders independently of each other. If you'd like, you might even start to bring the legs into it. But it's more just a chance to start to unwind things. One more time. Here, you might even pause, lift it. And again, my hips are still on the ground. I know my chest is pretty high, but I'm really using my legs to support so I'm not going into my low back. And then slowly drop your belly back down, hands under the shoulders, either child's pose or reverse the push-up if you're in the mood, and then up and back, downward facing dog. And just take a moment, you can kind of ground your heels, maybe a little rock side to side. And then as we get ready to step forward, let the left leg lift. You might take a moment to open your hip. And then just pull the left knee up and into your belly. And just coming in towards the lunge. So you can lower the right shin down. Take a breath and inhale up. Now this time take the left hand to left hip. As you start to reach over, you're actually going to start to work more towards a twist. And your hips can be high or low here, but I find with the twist, a lot of times you can get a little bit more around the waist if you are up a little bit higher. And then inhale, try to keep your hips very still, and then open the right arm back. And then inhale, come back up to the center. Exhale, let your hands come on down. Now your call as you lengthen the left leg, you can either stay in the half split or sit all the way back towards the right heel. So I know you can't see Tank right now, but he's basically sleeping right underneath the camera. So if you start hearing a weird rumbling, it might be him snoring. Give it another breath. Now when you start to shift forward here, we're heading towards half pigeon. So if you want to come onto your back, it's totally fine. Or letting yourself sink forward, wiggling the left foot over towards the right edge of your mat. And then just lengthening the right leg behind you. And try to keep the back leg really active too. You can stay high, or if you prefer, sinking in. It's another Tanky. He's trying to hide from me so he can scratch. Because he knows I tell him not to scratch. Tank, stop! Give another breath here. Now when you're ready, we're actually going to come up to standing. So as you press up, you can kind of gather your hands up underneath you. If you need a second to release the left leg, you certainly could, or just step it up, and then step the right foot up too. Inhale, come all the way up, and then exhale, hands coming down and into the heart. So here,